we're doing something that I call freestyling, and I'm finally capable of doing this without breaking up. And we're at Tavern on the Green. We're bringing some cheer to New York, but I think if you look behind us, a lot of the people here probably don't need it, but it's our way of dropping some Florida money here in New York City and doing our best to help bring this great city back to its feet. We just did, Sam, how many hours? We got there, what, around midnight?
We got there at 11 p.m. to check in to the boat. We were brought to the boat just about midnight, and we worked through till 8 a.m. in the morning.
So we just did around 9 hours on the boat, serving some of the workers at the World Trade Center different meals, and just unbelievable what was going on. And one of the things that, and the reason it took me so long to get to do this stand-up here, or sit down actually, and we are tired because I don't think I can stand. We had the opportunity with the Red Cross to get off the boat, which we really weren't allowed to, but because Samantha was with us, who's responsible, along with Seth, who's shooting the video, for getting a lot of the volunteer chefs there to help prepare the meals for the workers. The Red Cross took us for a little tour of what you people at home would know as Ground Zero. And it's weird. There's a little area that's a monument to the fallen firefighters, and it's ironic that it's right in front of a monument of all the police officers that have been killed in the line of duty in New York. And you go in there, and there are 200 to 300 names of just firefighters on a probably 6 foot by 8 foot, almost like movie poster. And then there's pictures. And then you have the Port Authority officers that were killed, and their pictures up on the same type thing, and then the police officers, and then the other people. And we're in there looking at this and reading some of the notes that their comrades have written to them or about them, or the pictures that they put up. And where I kind of lost it is you see firefighters walking in there, and it's almost like they're paying homage to their comrades before going out and working. And it just, you look and you see pictures, and it's like looking through a yearbook almost, and you realize these people aren't with us anymore. And you're walking and you see parts of clothing on the trees, you see letters, you see mail, you see parts of buildings hanging through the trees, almost like Christmas decorations on the trees. And you start saying, my God, what happened here? And then the odor and the smell, and it's a death site. I started thinking of what Auschwitz or a concentration camp would be like, with the odor of the smoke coming through, and the particles flying around and the dust. And you just realize what a terrible thing happened at that site, and how lucky we were to go there and serve meals to these people and bring a little cheer to these people. And whether you were washing dishes, whether you were mopping floors, whether you were putting out 400 chickens, whether you were cutting zucchini, Lane on the other end over there, who's half asleep at this point, was cutting bagels, cutting zucchini. Artie, of course, her husband, organized the entire kitchen in the course of 8 hours, where that place is set up for life. Samantha, who this is the first time you actually worked in the kitchen, along with Adele over here, I mean, was sitting there and just totally took charge of what needed to be done in order to get what seemed so small a job, yet such an important job, of feeding these people who are working on that site. And of course, we had the oatmeal catastrophe, and there was a lot of fun things that happened within the context of this. They put us on a boat with, well, Sam, tell us a little bit about the boat.
Okay, well, the boat is staffed with 50 volunteers, 10 kitchen staff, which, because the Miami crew was in town, turned into 13 kitchen staff. And then a bunch of volunteers from the New York area to do waitressing and busing and just making sure that the food gets out to the firemen and policemen and National Guard while we're in the process of preparing it all. And it's a really great thing. You take a shuttle down, you get onto the boat.
Wait. You take a shuttle down, okay?
Wait, the shuttle down is the easy part. The shuttle back with 4-foot waves in the Hudson is a roller coaster.
Now you would think that this was a sophisticated shuttle or boat that we're taking there. This was an uncovered speedboat that seated 50 people.
That normally is used as, it's called the Screamer. It's a boat that normally goes around the Hudson like a sightseeing boat, and they donated this boat as the shuttle boat to help the effort in terms of shuttling food as well as workers down to ground zero and the boat, considering it's really hard to get police escorts to get cars through or traffic through and enough badges. So this was kind of, if you can't use the roads and you can't use the sky, we should use the water. And it's definitely, we owe this to the restaurant community of New York to be able to put this together and come up with something and provide the resources to put together a situation that the city was lacking in on very short notice. And now that everybody's together, the city has picked up the slack and are coordinating it to the point where people can come in from all over the country, like the Miami crew that we have here, and volunteer their time in order to help make a difference and feel like they're a part of what's happened here in New York.
You know, I mean, we're sitting here and this tragedy seems to be so sad, and yet we had to bring some joy and spirit to what was going on, and we're taking this boat back, this uncovered speedboat with 50 of us, and we all had around 40 ponchos, and poor Adele to my right is sitting there with a poncho over her head, and you see her glasses, and the captain of the boat said, "You want 50 people on it?" And all of us, after putting in our 8 hours, wanted to get back, and 50 of us hopped on the boat. The waves are breaking over us. It's like being on a ride at Disney World. And Adele has the poncho on, and she's just sitting there like a deer looking into the headlights of a car. And I look at her and I go, "Adele, cover your face." And she's just sitting there. She couldn't move. I have Artie and Lane behind me that are with no poncho, that lifted up the back of my poncho and are hiding behind my poncho. And Lane, of course, is exhausted over there to sleep, and we all are. And but it really, the camaraderie that we had in that kitchen. How many meals did we actually prepare that? I mean, we must have did.
We probably did between 2,000 and 3,000 meals, and this is the slowest shift of the day that we did. And obviously there were points where, we got creative and had some extra time to do things. But we had the easy shift when you think about it. The 7 a.m. to midnight is when it's really hard, and there are about 7,000 or 8,000 meals done during that period. So considering how tired we are in the course of our 8 hours of the slow shift, imagine what it's like to come off of the other two shifts that the chefs are working.
Steve,